Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm not sure where you are. You could be in the world where you're waking up. My name is Florence Chaurura. I am the managing director of a company called Winford Services. It's a prolific company based in Zimbabwe. The name Winford Services is synonymous for looking after Zimbabweans of Zimbabwe origin living elsewhere. We are a company that looks after diasporas from Zimbabwe. We Today I woke up and something just happened to me. I said I was gonna make some creams. I'm in the habit of making creams, body creams, but today I said let me make some hair creams in the morning. So when I woke up, I started putting things together, and I put some stuff in the blender, and I blended some stuff, some products. And when I was doing that, my maid said to me, "Oh, you have got so much confidence in what you could do." And I said, "Why do you say that?" She said to me, "Oh, you just talked about this a few days ago and you started making hair creams." And I said, "Yes, I do that all the time when I think I do." And then I carried on, did what I needed to do, and then I got into my car and came to work. So when I came to work, I then got into conversation with my general manager. When I was talking to my general manager this morning, we were discussing about the hair cream. I said, "Oh, my hair was drying and blah blah blah, and I've decided to make this cream." And she says, "Oh, that's wonderful. My daughter has got some dry hair. I wish you could make some cream for me." And I said, "Oh yeah, I would love to meet her." And during that conversation, she said to me, "You just think of something and you confidently do it. How do you do that?" And that word came back to me again. So I realized that it was a big thing. So I sat in my office and I said, "You know what? I could do a recording and teach somebody how to believe in yourself." And so I sat down on my desk and I started putting down points. How do I believe in myself? And I knew that out there could be somebody who's wondering, how do I build self-belief? And one of the things that I've noticed as you walk around and grow yourself in life, they are very important things that you have to focus on for you to come up with that self-belief. And as I sat down to put down the points, I then decided to write them down so I could share with you. You may be aware that we're starting a TV show very soon. So this is one of the preliminary shootings that you're going to enjoy today. This is not final. We're just testing our studio. So I said, let me do a 5-minute recording. So 4 points that I thought I could share with the world today on how to believe in yourself, self-belief. The first thing that I came to my mind when I put down the word self-belief was action. Momentum builds confidence, and confidence builds self-belief. A lot of people go around procrastinating. That's why there's a saying that goes, there's so many people who are in the graveyards who have never had we've died with their music unplayed, meaning that we have been endowed with so many skills and talents that we've not been able to showcase because we don't believe in ourselves. So the first thing that you need to do is to make sure you act. And why we do not act straight away is because we doubt. We know it's uncomfortable. Perhaps we want to go to the gym. We know it's painful. It's an effort and all those things. But once you get to tell yourself that you want to do something, you act straight away. And guess what? You start to get some kind of results. Resistance comes first, then results. Clumsiness and everything else comes within action. But within acting, if it becomes consistent in your action, meaning you repeatedly repeat whatever action that you want to put together. Meaning, if you want to put a hair cream, or you want to go to the gym, or you want to learn to make something, or you want to learn to sing, you record yourself on a cell phone and you play it to other people, and you continuously listen to what they say and you improve. That's action. It builds your self-esteem and your self-confidence, and you can actually track your growth through action. So the second point was appreciate yourself. You see, we are so hard on ourselves that so much that when we fail, we fall down on our face and we start to think you're useless. You tell yourself all the negative things. "Oh, I couldn't, I can't," and perhaps you even share the negativity with other people. You see, people feed from negative. That's why you see negative goes around fast like wildfire. That on its own, it really destroys your self-belief and your self-esteem and your confidence. So, but then to counteract that, you got to make sure when you start to act on this feeling that you have, or on this talent that you think you have, or on a skill that you want to grow, you start to act on it. You then realize that you've done it, and the few steps that you've taken, you're actually growing. sit back and appreciate yourself. Pat yourself at the back that, oh, today you walked 4 miles or 4 kilometers. Yesterday you did 2 and today you doubled. So well done. Have a glass of water, have a glass of juice. Appreciate yourself. Let it sink in. Acknowledge what you have done. That on its own, when you start to believe that you can grow and you're actually seeing your growth pattern, you now build your self-esteem, and self-esteem builds confidence. Confidence builds self-belief. And with that, third point is find somebody who can affirm you. You see, a mentor, somebody who continuously tells you you can, and somebody who says well done. Just the word well done. A lot of people go around without even telling their partners, their family, their children that well done. It's such a big thing to get somebody to affirm, to make sure they've seen that you've put in effort and they're acknowledging your efforts. That on its own builds your self-esteem. And how you also get people who affirm you is to find a new network. If you are sunk in with people who are negative or not going anywhere, you've got to find new people to hang around with. And this could be through masterminding. You can actually approach somebody who's going somewhere and say, you know what, I would like to work with you in what I'm doing, just talking to you, sharing ideas. And that, the two of you or the four of you, masterminding, talking to each other, growing each other, saying well done to each other, that grows you. And point number 4 is feed your brain with the right stuff. You see, this world is made up of so much negative, you wouldn't believe. You wake up, the newspaper is saying that is flooded, so is killed themselves, that plane fell apart, and whatever. So if you then absorb all that negative, that really drags you down. So to counteract that, the world, you need to find articles that you can read that are positive, listen to YouTube, motivational speeches, grow yourself in your brain. Make sure you feed it with the right information, because our brain picks up anything that you decide to pick up. And also with our brain, you have 2 voices that you talk to all the time. And these voices, you listen to them and you respond to them most of the time. So when you then listen and learn to listen to the positive voice, you're growing your self-belief, because your positive voice will be telling you, yes, Florence, you can. Yes, Elizabeth, you can, and you're going to do this. I know it's hard, but then you can. If you start to do it, you build yourself. It's that ability to deliberately decide to tell yourself the right things, positive things, feeding your brain with positivity builds your self-esteem. I know I could talk to you the whole day, but I decided to just do a 5-minute clip because like I said, we're going to have more of me on TV show. This is just the beginning of something exciting about personal development. My name is Florence Chaurura, your personal development coach. I am the Winfield Services Director. I'm so happy to grow you. So follow me on our TV shows as we start to build them up with you in mind. God bless you. I love you all. Thank you.